Willkommen, meine Damen und Herren. Wie Sie wahrscheinlich wissen, ich lese sehr, sehr viel quer, auch im Internet, auch sehr viel auf amerikanischen Boards. Und da war jemand, den habe ich schon seit Monaten immer wieder verfolgt, was er geschrieben hat, eigentlich schon fast seit Jahren. Und er wäre sehr, sehr häufig richtig gelegen. Also ja, zu den meisten von uns Leidwesen war mit seinen Short-Empfehlungen auf den Goldpreis, auf den Silberpreis sehr, sehr häufig richtig gelegen. Und ich habe mir gedacht, naja, was soll's, wir reden einfach mal mit ihm. Wir reden mal mit ihm, wie er heute den Markt sieht, was er heute denkt über den Markt und wo heute die Reise hingehen könnte. Und deshalb hat er uns telefonisch zugeschaltet aus USA, Avi Gilburt. Avi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Just told the people I'm watching you for a while, following you for a while, and you did a quite good job. And now, what do you do? How do you analyze the gold price?
Well, my primary method of analysis is called Elliott wave analysis. It was an analysis methodology that was developed by Ralph Nelson Elliott back in the 30s. And while I was learning it, I also identified certain things within the Elliott wave patterns which allowed me to enhance the analysis perspective. So I've created something on top of Elliott wave that I call Fibonacci pinball that gives me a better framework to work within Elliott wave analysis, much more accurate overall.
So this means you don't care about any fundamentals aspects?
I'm sorry to say, and I know most people discount me when I say that, but I take in zero fundamental analysis.
Okay, so the bear market is about 3 years now, and people asking me how long will it go on? Where's the bottom of the gold price?
Well, I'll give you a quick background. I actually, on Seeking Alpha, probably I think where you read me on Seeking Alpha, I actually called the top back in 2011, several months I was telling people, when we get to about the 1915 region in gold, it's time to sell. And I think the top we hit was like maybe 1918, 1920, somewhere in that region. And from there, I expected that we were going to see a correction. The only question I had was whether or not, now what we use, because most of my traders use the GLD fund. I have two analysts on my site. One does the GC, the spot price and the futures, and I do the GLD. And on my GLD, I was looking for maybe the 145 to 148 region to hold as support, and we held the 148 region. And at the time, back in 2012, I was thinking, you know what, maybe we've bottomed and headed up. But the manner in which we developed later into 2012 told me that, no, this is now setting up for much lower levels. And we started looking towards, first we started looking towards the 1100 to 1200 region. And below that, we were looking at the potential for as deep, and I know this is really going to hurt some people when I say this, the potential still exists, and I said this years ago, even before we bottomed, the potential exists that we can go as low as 700. At this point in time, truly over the next week, the market should give me some serious clues about whether or not we're going to get down to the 700 to 800 level, or if we can hold the 900 to 1,000 region. Holding the 900 to 1,000 region probably would be my preference at this time. But as we develop over the next week, I'll have a few more clues as to which is the higher probability targets.
All right. I don't think people want to hear 700 to 800. I agree with you. So this sounds really cruel. So is there no chance for a quick recovery in gold price?
Well, the answer is, when you say a recovery, that's what I'm looking at here. I can easily see a potential where we can go up another 50 to maybe 80, maximum $100 from where we sit today. I'm still looking for potentially one more drop. On the GLD, as long as we hold over the 108 level on the GLD, I think we can have a drop that doesn't take us all the way down to the 700 or 800 level.
All right.
But we're still going to get down to the 900 to 1,000 level. To me, it's only a question of how extreme is the next sell-off going to get? We're going to have a relief rally. My expectation is we're going to have that relief rally going into the end of the month here of November, maybe even as late as into early December. But I think once we roll into December and then potentially into the following year even a little bit, I think that's where we're probably going to see the final decline.
So you really think this is a quick down move to this year to see maybe less than $1,000 an ounce?
I'm potentially seeing that it could happen this year. Yes.
All right.
You know, this could take us all the way out to the end of the first quarter of next year before we hit a bottom. But I'm looking for a bottom in both metals and the miners, probably end of this year into the first quarter of next year, and then I'm expecting the bull market to resume.
So you say investors should stay on the short side in short term?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I personally exited my long-term short gold shorts back when we hit about 115 in the summer of 2013. Mm-hmm. I then went back into my gold puts much heavier in the springtime of this year. I'm still holding those gold puts, and I do not intend to sell them unless I get stopped out by a move over the 120 level in the GLD. My expectation is we're going to be moving lower into the 95 to 105 region at a minimum on the GLD, and that's where I'll start considering taking some of the profits. Oh. But I am going to be maintaining a short position, even though I may be attempting to do some trades in between, some long trades, some shorter-term long trades, especially on the GDX, which are the miners.
All right. So if we say the market was cruel to gold, this is nothing compared to silver. Silver is a really cruel story. We make a lower low every day. It looks like this. What marks do you see in the silver price? What is the
silver? I mean, the potential we have silver. I mean, ideally, I wanted to see the 14 level held, but I think we have the potential to get down to about 1250 to 13.
All right. Oh, this really looks that good for silver.
Yeah. Silver. I mean, both of them are going to be tough to hold over the next 2 to 5 months, but I believe we could very well see a very long-term bottom within the next 2 to 5 months.
All right. So silver investors should stay on the short side. If you say we see 1250 to 13.
Yeah, as long as we're below the 115 to 116 region in the GLD, which is about $50 higher than we are right now, as long as we're below that, I think it's a reasonable position to remain short. I would personally stop out at just over 120, which is about $100 higher. But since I got in, back at the 130 level, which is $200 higher, I'm giving myself some room because I see some, the potential for lower lows to be had.
Okay. How far do you look into the future? So do you have any idea what the gold price or the silver price will be at the end of the next year?
That's a little bit tougher to prognosticate because I'm not certain how strong the rally is going to be when it begins. If we see a strong rally begin, and depends on when it begins. If we bottom by the end of this year, I'm not going to be surprised by the middle of the next year. We're going to be back in the 1500 region. That would not shock me at all. Okay. So, I foresee that we're going to be, over the next few years, we're going to be over $2,500 in gold at a minimum. That is my minimal next upside target once we bottom. And I foresee that we can go well past that. I mean, to see $100 silver in my lifetime would not shock me.
Oh, this sounds good, and this is a very good last word. Thank you very much, Avi.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much. $100 beim Silberpreis, das denkt Avi Gilburt, dass es noch erleben wird. Und das denke ich auch, das wird sehr, sehr viele von Ihnen freuen. Auch wenn er kurzfristig sehr, sehr negativ ist für Gold und für Silber, sagt er, nach dem Boden könnte es tatsächlich eine nachhaltige Rallye geben, wieder nach oben. Ich denke, das hoffen die meisten von uns. In dem Sinne, wenn es Ihnen Spaß gemacht hat, schalten Sie auch beim nächsten Mal wieder ein. Und bis dorthin, was auch immer Sie machen, machen Sie es gut.